So the wrongful death suit, right, of Miss Love, the lady that was above my head, college student, right? The family of Miss Love, right? They won a wrongful death suit. Wrongful death suit because she was beaten to death in 2010 by her then boyfriend, George, right? Heavy drinking was involved. The jury ordered George to pay 15 million to the family of the deceased college student, his then girlfriend, right? The judge ordering him to pay 15 million. Well, for how much he makes. How much do you make or make? Yeah, in jail, right? Inmates usually don't make that much money. Jail, prison, jail, right? Inmates usually don't make that much money. So I'm in question of how he's even going to do the payout of 15 million, right? To the family, the mother and the sister. So George and Miss Love, right, his girlfriend at the time, they both attended University of Virginia. The wrongful death suit was filed by the victim's mother and sister, right? The victim's roommates found her in her bed, face down in a pillow, and she had cuts on her face. When the roommates found her, she was face down with cuts on her face, right? The drinking, and she was beaten to death by the boyfriend. The drinking. I wonder how George was during times when he would drink and stuff like that. Did he ever beat her at any other time or hit her at any other time, right? Was there any abuse that led up to him taking her life over time period, time span, time period, right? Where he just lost complete control and just beat her to death this time, right? Usually that's abuse, and it pinpoints to abusive relationships and stuff like that, right? The mother and sister would know, right? Why did he beat her to death this time while drinking and didn't beat her to death any other time? The drinking. Because I'm in question of that. Possibly he put his hands on her before. Like, subscribe, ID in the Discovery Channel. Yes, ID in the Discovery Channel. The links are provided below. Get that Discovery Go app as well as the ID Go app. You might want to get those two things, combine them, make them into one, and I'm a Discovery influencer. That's indeed a fact. So George was convicted on charges of second degree murder and sentenced to 24 years. That's really not long enough, 24 years, but who am I to say, right? It's in question on how George will pay the 15 million payment. Yes, when I asked that in the beginning, it's in question on how George will pay the 15 million payout to Miss Love's mother and sister, since he is only paid 55 cents per hour for his job. Yes, the job in prison, right? How are you going to pay out 15 million to the family, right? 55 cents per hour. Job in prison, 55 cents per hour, okay? It would take him at least 40,000 years to pay the full payout to the family. 40,000 years, that's a long time. It would take 40,000 years to pay that full payout, right? Because of how much he makes, or how much, yes, the prison inmates. You only make 55 cents per hour. I was thinking of waitresses, how waitresses, reminds me of back in the 80s, waitresses, how they didn't make that much and they still really don't make that much. Did I say waitress? Waitress. To be a waitress is to ask, well, how much do they usually make, right? Back in the 80s, they made more off of tips, right? In prison, they don't receive tips and all the rest, but wow, 55 cents. 40,000 years. We're on investigationdiscovery.com. The ID logo stands in the far left corner. Free ID episodes. Yes. The drinking. How much did he drink? All the time, I'm saying. If if he were a habitual drinker, if he was a drinker who was drinking all the time, right? How much, right? How was their relationship? He and the girlfriend, right? How was their relationship? Did he even abuse her? Or was that a one time thing where he abused her, right? Did he abuse her often? Because her mother and her sister would know, right? Yeah, what would make him to say just randomly just beat her to death randomly instead of before, right? So there's questions in that. Dear viewers, let me know what you think about the video. May you enjoy your day. I, in fact, enjoy mine, and I'm gone for now. One.